It's Wednesday, so you know what day it is. It's day for another video for your boy It's Dead channel, but it's all good because we get in there. So this week I want to talk about how I manage my time. And I'm not the expert of time management, or I'm not a guru when it comes to that type of stuff, but I do enjoy always being busy, you know, and I always want things to do and I always want to do things. So I'm basically just going to go over my schedule with you guys to show you how I'm able to do all the things that I want to do without like going crazy, basically, because you know I don't work 24/7 of the day. I don't stay looking at houses for 12 hours straight without blinking, you know. I like playing video games, I like hanging out with friends, I like doing stuff on the weekends, hanging out with family and stuff like that. So I throw it in there too, but I usually try and keep a set schedule, and then day by day, depending on how busy I am, I adjust. So if I have an hour here, an hour there, I can set that up for free time to play video games or to hang out, watch a movie, you know, do all that type of stuff. So basically the things, so to give you an overview of my kind of day, I don't like working, but I have to work. I like going to the gym. I like listening to audiobooks. I like playing video games, like hanging out with my friends, like hanging out with my family, and that's basically day by day. I'm just gonna cover like the majority of the days. Like obviously I go on vacation and I don't do any of this, but those days are far in between my everyday stuff. So basically, I'm basically gonna go over my first 8 hours of the day, so from when I wake up to when I go to work, and then after that I'll go over my after work schedule, which is obviously the most important part, because while I'm at work, I mean, in reality I'm working most of the time, you know, and if I'm not working, I'm just slacking on my phone or something. Like I'm not actually being efficient with the things I want to do. So I look at work as like a means to an end. I mean, I enjoy my job, not as much as I would like to enjoy it, but nonetheless, I am learning a lot and it's going to be valuable skills for the future. So I do enjoy it, and at the end of the day, I do feel fulfilled. But the things that I want to do, that I really enjoy doing, all of that has to be done after work. So I'm basically just going to show you guys how I do it and how I keep going, because you don't want to burn out. You don't want to have your whole day booked 24/7 like you're going crazy, but you also want to make sure that you're doing the things you want to do, and you're setting and you're allocating time for those things. So let's get right into it. Okay, so as you can see here, the time is set for 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's usually what my day looks like. So I wake up anywhere between 6 and 7 o'clock, and it usually takes me, I want to say like 15 to 20 minutes to get ready. So if I wake up at 7, it takes me half an hour to get to work. So I wake up at 7, I'm ready by 7:20, and I'm at work by 7:50, between 7:50 and 8:15, right? So that's my usual commute, but sometimes, well, not sometimes, at least once or twice a week, I also need to go visit job sites. So that's like a 2-hour drive, so I have to wake up really early. I usually wake up like at 5:30, 5:45, or 6, depending on how far it is, and I just drive to the job site, and I usually need to be there either by 7 or 8 o'clock. So this whole driving aspect, I use this to take advantage of listening to audiobooks, because, well, when I'm driving, I'm not doing anything else. And to be honest, my playlists are pretty trash, so they get pretty boring. So I like listening to audiobooks. Every day I commute 30 minutes to 2 hours. And that amounts to around 45 minutes to 3 hours worth of audiobooks, right? Because I listen to my audiobooks at 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed, depending on how the person speaks. So as you can see, this is a pretty good amount of audiobooks per day. So like I can usually get through books within 2 to 3 weeks. Like if they're 24-hour books, if they're 3-hour books or 5-hour books or 10-hour books, I can usually get through them within 2-3 days. So as you can see, I get my audiobook crave in early in the morning, right? So after that, from 9 to 12, in reality, I'm just working. I'm pretty busy at work now because at first when I started I wasn't as busy, so I could do stuff on the side, but now I'm pretty busy. I have like 16 projects that I'm managing right now, so I really don't have much time to actually allocate towards the things that I want to do. I did that in my last job and I got fired, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but I try to keep track of my personal email. I usually have my personal email on the side, but I try not to get distracted when I'm at work. I don't listen to music, I don't listen to audiobooks. I just try and stay as focused as possible just so I can get as much as it done, because I do also want to grow within my company. So I also want to work hard there so I can get paid more money so I can do the things that I want to do. Okay. So I usually take lunch between 12 and 1 p.m. and I have an hour lunch. So it's pretty good. I drive usually 15 minutes to like this plaza where I pick up food. So I listen to audiobooks then, which is some more time, but sometimes I listen to music, so I don't really add that, because during lunch I watch like YouTube videos and stuff like that, just for like entertainment purposes. Now I look at videos for learning. I mean, I find learning entertaining too, but for the most part I look at like video game videos, just take my mind off of work so I can come back refreshed and ready to go. But throughout the day, I like doing this work method where it's like 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, or like work for an hour, take a 10-minute break, or work for 10 minutes, take a minute break. I like taking those little breaks, because if you just work continuously without stopping, you lose focus and you're not as efficient. That, and I spark ideas. So like I'll be like, oh, I forgot I need to do this, and then I make sure I write it down on sticky notes. Sticky notes are life. I literally have sticky note to-do lists, and I put them on the back of my phone. I just put the sticky note there, so it's always with me, so when I get home I don't forget what I need to do. So then after lunch I just go back to work, I check my email, keep track of anything that I need to on the sticky notes like I mentioned, and I usually get out around 4, but I mean it varies. So like today I got home at 7:20, so I was at work. I was pretty busy today, so yeah, it is what it is. Some days you get out early, some days you get out late. That's just what it is. So, but for the most part, I get out between 4 and 5 o'clock. So this is the majority of my work day. So I try and take advantage. As you can see, I try and utilize these morning hours and these work hours to try and dip into things that I enjoy doing, like listening to audiobooks and keeping track of my to-do list. As you can see, out of these 10 hours of my day, I would want to say 45 minutes. Let's just take the middle here, so like 2 hours and probably like in total of this 8-hour shift, probably like an hour of the day is taken into my sticky note to-do list. So let's say 3 hours out of my morning are just smaller subsections of my day that all combine together to create a pretty effective morning or a pretty effective work day. Not everyone can say that they listen to 3 audiobooks while they're at work and got their work done and got a to-do list done. So it's you just gotta take like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 5 minutes there, utilize your driving, and just combine that together, and you find yourself being more effective in the mornings and at work. I usually get out of work around 4, sometimes it trickles down to 5, sometimes it trickles down to 6. Who knows? Regardless, I go right after work, I go straight to the gym. Well, depends. If I'm hungry, I go home and then eat real quick and then go to the gym, or I forget my shorts. But for the most part, I go straight to the gym and I spend there around 45 minutes to an hour. I really don't like spending too much time at the gym. I like going in, getting my workout done and finished, and then I call it quits. So I usually get out of the gym around 6:30, 6, 7, depending on how late I get out of work. But I really try to utilize between 7 and 9 o'clock to get as much as I can done. I try and get as much as I can done. And I'm telling you, I'm not perfect. Like, once I work on something for too long, I start losing focus, and then I start watching a YouTube video, log into League of Legends, and then I'm in a game, and then eventually I notice and I'm not actually working anymore. So I really try and focus hard on these 2 hours. I just try and go ham. Like, I just try and do as much as possible and try and be as efficient as possible, so I don't lose track of my goal. And then towards like 8 and 9 o'clock, I'm like, okay, let me see what I get done. I look at my checklist, I see what I crossed out, boom, boom, boom. Oh wow, I got 75% of it done. That's good. Carry the stuff into the next day, and then generate another list the next day, and so on and so forth. So yeah, really try and utilize this time, because it's not late enough where I feel tired, but it's not early enough where I feel like I can slack. So I'm just like super, super, super about that 7 to 9 o'clock. And that's all based on what's on my to-do list, what I have to do, and basically what I need to do that day to complete my goals for that week. And then between 10 and 11, I usually chill and play video games. Sometimes, honestly, sometimes I work from 7 to 11. Sometimes I get out of I get out of work at 7, and then I'm working from 8 to 12, you know? So it depends. Sometimes I have days to chill and play video games, sometimes I don't. Like today, I probably won't be able to play any video games. Maybe I will. And then between like the last 2 hours of my day, I'm usually either getting ready for bed or cramming some last minute work in if I really, really need to get something done. Like my hours are pretty tight, but it's pretty effective, and it goes by faster than you think. So like these 2 hours go by like boom, because I already know what I need to do, and I'm already doing it when I get home. I'm already going, I'm going. I try and just get right into it so I can get it out of the way. Because if you leave it there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, oh, I'll do it later, it's just gonna be in the back of your mind forever, and it's gonna bicker at you. It's not gonna let you fall asleep. You're gonna feel unproductive. You're gonna feel like you just wasted a day. So you just gotta go right into it, boom, and get it done. Trust me, little steps every day will make you go. Like little steps every day goes a long way. And like some days I don't have anything on my to-do list, so I just get home and I chill and I just play video games all day, or I just relax, or I just hang out with friends, or I just do things that I enjoy. Not every day I have like a huge to-do list. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But most of the times I try and keep this schedule, so if I do have things to do, I get right into it, So yeah, so basically gym right after I get out of work on whatever I need to work on. Like right now I'm working on a purchase agreement. I want to get it done by the end of this week so I can buy the first house hopefully within the next 2 weeks. So every day I try and work on it a little bit, and I should be done with it tomorrow. But I don't have like a million things on my to-do list. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna build an entire company's accounting structure, employment structures, and systems in place to scale all in one day. I'm not like that, because then you're not gonna get anywhere. You're just gonna feel overwhelmed. You're gonna not feel productive at all, and you're not gonna be able to do anything. You're not gonna get anything done. So what I do is I break it up into little parts. Then I chill, play video games. If I can, I do. If I don't, then I don't. If I can't play, then I don't play. That's fine. And then I fall asleep around. I try and be asleep by 1 o'clock, the latest. But sometimes it trickles over. Sometimes I go to sleep at 12. Sometimes I go to sleep at 11. It varies depending on the day. But this is the general structure I like to keep. So this is like my day-to-day looks like. This is like the typical structure. And then now I'm gonna show you how I look at my week. So like my overview of the week. So let's start with Sunday, because I think Sunday is the most important day. Sunday is a day that I just let it all go. Sunday, I try and relax as much as possible. I dabble into my email. I dabble into looking at homes. I dabble into working, but I try not to do too much, because I want to relax and just refresh myself. And I really think you need to take a day or a couple hours of your Sunday and just do nothing. Just do what you want and just let go, because if you just do it all consecutively, you're going to go crazy. Trust me. If you're effective during the week, you can spare one day or half a day or at least a quarter of the day to just doing anything. So I like to play video games, and I like to plan. So I spend the day thinking about what I'm going to do this week, what objectives I want to get done, and I write it down on sticky notes. And I put my sticky notes on my monitor, on my computer, because I'm always on my computer, and if I see the sticky note, I see that I need to get it done. So I just basically play video games and plan for the week. At first, the planning is very hard because you feel so overwhelmed when you want to start something that you kind of don't know where to start. But once you start going through this cycle, your planning day becomes easier and easier and easier, because everything just falls through. The dominoes just start falling and falling and falling, and you already know what's coming next. Like last week, I was like, oh, I'm going to start buying a house, so that means I need a purchase agreement. Then I started working on that. Then this week, I need an attorney to review it. Talk to my attorney, It just all falls into place once you start going. You build that momentum. That's why I really like Sundays, because I get to chill and in the back of my head like thinking about, oh, what I need to do this week, what am I looking forward to, what am I not looking forward to, planning and just adjusting my week as it goes. Monday is the usual schedule that I showed you. Go to work, listen to audiobooks, go to work, email/work, sticky note to-do list. Trust me, I'm gonna keep saying it because it's key. Sticky notes are life. Go home, 2 hours of very, very effective focused work, and then chill, video games, or more working, and then sleep. Tuesday, the same thing. Now, Wednesday are a little different. Wednesday, I go to work, I do the same thing, audiobooks, work, sticky note to-do list, and emails, all of that combined. But when I get out of work, I don't go to the gym on Wednesday. It's my day off from the gym. So Sunday and Wednesday are my days off at the gym. And I come home and I make YouTube videos. So I try, throughout the week, I'm always thinking of what do I want to talk about this week? You know, what do I think would help someone who's in the same shoes as me? What would help them achieve their goal or achieve whatever they want? Like, what can I give to you guys that would be useful? You know. So basically, I record today, I edit today, and I upload it today. Sometimes I cut it a little close, but I try and make it as informative as possible. I try and make a quality video so you guys can at least get something out of it. Then Thursday is the usual thing. Monday, Tuesday is the same. You see, these 4 days really stack up. You really become effective just doing 2 to 3 hours of work every day when you get home. And then Friday is just the usual as well, unless I have plans. So if I have plans on Friday, I try and get out of work early. So I try and get out of work at 4 on the dot so that I can come home, get done what I need to get done, and then go out with my friends, or go out drinking, or go out and hang out with my cousins. You know, just doing that type of stuff, like funner stuff, socializing and stuff like that. That's very important. You got to make sure you do that. And then Saturdays, I wake up early and I try and go to the gym. I run sprints. You know, I do whatever I need to do to work out. Then I try and have another 2 to 3 hours of focused work. Like, I really try to be as efficient as possible in the morning. But Saturdays, I don't get carried away either. So I'm just telling you, 2 to 3 works of focused energy and time. You'd be surprised how much work you can get done. And then basically for the rest of the day, I chill. I go out to eat, I go out with friends, hang out, you know, chill at home, play video games, you know. So like all in all, in reality, if you think about it, I got 2 to 3 hours here. Let's say 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, and let's say 2 hours. As benefit of the doubt, let's say 2 hours. So that's 6, 12, that's 18 hours of your week that you worked efficiently, effectively, and hard on something that you enjoy and something that you want to grow in the future. So that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. That's a part-time job right there. But as you can see, if you spread it out throughout the week, it doesn't feel as overwhelming as it should feel if you try to cram it all in one day. Like, I go to the gym, I have a job, I try and hang out with my family, I try and hang out with my girlfriend, and I also try and hang out with myself. All these 5 things spread out through an entire week is prime. It's prime. You feel one with yourself. And also, I don't like feeling lazy. I'm a very lazy person, so if I become lazy, then I stay lazy. But I want to break that habit, so this has really been helping me this year. Like, I started doing this around late January, and it's helped me so much. Like, it's helped me progress so much. I literally spent like the last 3 to 5 years saying I want to buy property. I've had the money, I've lost the money doing other stupid stuff, and I couldn't even get close to purchasing a house in 3 to 5 years. And just in 6 months of really being effective with my time, just 6 months, I'm already able to buy a house. And I'm telling you, this works very well, and it's a little hard to get into at first. You feel very overwhelmed at first, but once you get going, you build that momentum, you just become more and more productive, and then you enjoy doing it. Like, after a while, you really enjoy working hard on something that you like, or something that you want to create, or something that you want to do. So that being said, this video was a little longer than I thought, but I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll be back next Wednesday with another video. If you have any other questions, put them down below. I'll try and answer them. Slap a like if you enjoyed the video. Share it with your friends. Share it with at least one friend. And let them know. Like, share it with someone who's very ambitious but doesn't know how to start. Or someone who's very ambitious who's too scared to start. Just send them to here, and I'm telling you, I was there at one point. I was literally there 6 months ago, and now I'm ready to go. That being said, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.